Well, the biggest match of the Premier League season to date takes place at Anfield on Sunday, with Liverpool playing host to Manchester City. The Reds 6 points clear at the top of the standings and yet to taste defeat so far this season. Are they the real deal under Jurgen Klopp? As for City, well, they're going for a first successive title, but they've already lost to the likes of Norwich and Wolves so far this term. They really can't afford another defeat in this one. Arguing the case for Liverpool is Warren Ashurst. For Manchester City is Tom Hill. It promises to be a mouth-watering encounter. In terms of the odds, Liverpool are 7-4 to go on and win the match, the same price as the draw, whilst Manchester City are available at 27-10. Warren, arguing for Liverpool, they've been so impressive so far this season. Is anyone going to stop them?
Well, when you look at the home stats, Tom, 7-4 looks like a great price to me, I have to admit. Think of all the money that Manchester City have thrown at the squad over recent years. I'm talking about the last decade now. 16 games in a row, Liverpool have been unbeaten against City in the Premier League at Anfield. You have to go back until April 2017 since their last home league defeat. That is what a fortress Anfield has been under Jurgen Klopp in particular. And you have to say that at 7-4 at home, especially with City's problems, of course, at the back, and now, of course, highlighted by the fact that Edison won't be between the sticks as well on Sunday. I think everything there points towards another home success.
Yeah, one or two defensive concerns for City, Tom, but they are the two-time defending champions. 198 points during those two seasons as well. If anyone's going to stop Liverpool, it's them.
Yeah, that for me, that's the key difference. The experience of knowing what to do in these big games is what City, for me, should just pick this tie. I know that City have got some defensive woes with injuries, but I think a lot of Liverpool's defensive woes have gone unnoticed. 8 games in a row they've conceded now. Too leaky for me, especially when they're going to come up against a team that are unbeaten in 6. They've won 5 of those matches. They've turned around since those defeats to the, no offence to those other teams, lesser opposition. And I just feel that, yes, Warren's got a good point. On the road, their record at Anfield hasn't been the best, but they've only got 2 defeats in 15 away from the Etihad Stadium. And I just think that with Liverpool slipping up, they had a bigger advantage than they did now. I just feel that the City will take advantage of that and the pressure will tell Liverpool, and that's why I'm going for a City win.
Yeah, 2 really compelling arguments. I just have to lean towards Liverpool on this one. I think the defensive and injury concerns for Manchester City might be too much for them in this fixture. We'll move on to round 2 now, which involves goal-scoring bets for the 2 respective sides, and there's certainly a wealth of attacking talent on both teams. Looking at Liverpool, Mohamed Salah, Roberto Firmino, Sadio Mane, that famed front three certainly know where the back of the net is. And for City, Raheem Sterling against his former club has been in superb form. Sergio Aguero, 9 goals already in the Premier League this season, so plenty of options there. But for Liverpool, Warren, are you looking beyond that front three?
I can't. To be quite honest with you, I mean, I had to try and choose between the 3 of them. Firmino's got a pretty good record against Manchester City, but I've edged with Mo Salah this time around, who really seems to be rediscovering his form of a couple of seasons ago. There were question marks towards the end of last season whether Salah's bubble and burst, so to speak, but I think this season he's been excellent. He's got 5 goals in 10 Premier League starts, which tells its own story, and he's also got a really good record against City. He's scored in 3 of the last 6 competitive games against the Citizens, and I think with the problems that City have at the back, and they haven't got a lot of pace there, of course, with Laporte out missing, I think Salah can take advantage of that. Balls over the top, he's got every opportunity to go through on goal, and I think that Salah, at as much as 9-5 to score at any time on Sunday, looks like a good bet.
Yeah, Salah could be Liverpool's main man. What about City, Tom?
There's only one person to look at, isn't there? 8-5, Sergio Aguero is to score any time this weekend. I think the fact that, you cannot criticise Liverpool's front 3, but I think the fact that City are still within a very good chance of winning this title, with Aguero not playing week in, week out, he's had injuries, they've rested him, and he's going to be fit and raring to go this weekend and looking to try and score at 8-5. As you've already touched upon, Tom, he's got 9 this season. I've spoken about Liverpool's defensive record. Yes, Virgil van Dijk should win the Ballon d'Or, but apart from that, I think his other centre-back pairings are a little bit weak, and I think Aguero will exploit that. Yeah,
again, 2 really nip-and-tuck arguments, if you like. I probably will go with City on this one, though. Sergio Aguero rested in the week, only came on as a substitute against Atalanta, so I think he'll be fit and raring to go. We'll move on to round 3 now, which is a bit more of an outsider bet, or a more value for money in terms of our tips for this game. Warren, for Liverpool, what are you thinking?
Well, originally I had thought about looking at the yellow card market here, because I think Fabinho might be one to watch in terms of a caution. He's been booked a number of times recently. He's the one who sort of destroys the attack from the opposition and often just takes a card for the team, basically. But I've actually gone instead, and edging towards what Tom said about both defences recently struggling. They've had, would you believe, just 3 clean sheets between the two sides in the last 16 games. So 8 for City, 8 for Liverpool. Just 3 clean sheets in that time suggests that both teams haven't looked secured at the back. There's no Matip for Liverpool, no Laporte for City. They are 2 huge misses. And of course, Ederson is missing in City's goal as well. So I'm going Liverpool win, both teams to score here, 100-30. I know these games at the top can often be tight and tense affairs, but I think that City need to go for the win. I think Liverpool know how vital a win would be to stretch that lead. And as I say, neither of them look particularly secure at the back at the moment. That's why I'm looking for that Liverpool win, both teams to score bet.
So Warren's going for plenty of goals in the game. Tom, what about yourself?
That's not big enough for me. My long shot's a little bit bigger than that. I totally agree with Warren. I think they're both going to score, and that's why my bet for this weekend for the long shot is Manchester City to win from behind. It's 10-1. I think Liverpool are going to score. I think the fact they've got the Anfield crowd behind them, it's such an amazing stadium. I think they'll get an early start, but I just feel perhaps that City, if they can get a goal back nice and early, they've got all the experience and the plaudits to go and do it. And at 10-1, I think that's a good bet.
Yeah, I think there's 2 arguments there which are really compelling, but I am actually going to lean slightly towards the City one, because I do think there's plenty of value in that potential bet. So that was a 2-1 victory in the head-to-head for Manchester City. If you want to get involved in the debate as well, remember to look us up on social media and also subscribe to our YouTube channel.